Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. Before we start, your key to the week is the Wheel of Fortune, right? So what this tells us is that this week your luck is about to change in some way, shape or form, and in all of these different areas that we're about to explore or have a look at, it means that in some regard you're about to see the dynamics that have been in play because of the actions or the paths that you've taken. This week, I think you're going to get a chance to really see some, or really put in place some kind of self-responsibility. And then, obviously, once you put yourself in that sphere of understanding how you fed into your circumstances, that tends to be where things really start to shift or where they start to change, all right? This isn't about blaming yourself or anything like that, but it's about sort of owning up to your shit, right? Whichever way you want to paint it. So, with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, right? If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. There are a whole bunch of goodies for you in the description box below. Lots of good things to check out here in the Radiant Nation, so it's wonderful to have you. For your actions and options this week, you got the Five of Cups, right? So the Five of Cups actually is a loss card. It's a card of loss, it's a card of mourning, but it's also, sometimes this card will show up for overindulgence, right? And that Five of Cups is about what you do. So if this is you going through the process of grieving, maybe you're going through the process of mourning, maybe this is you getting really serious or really honest with yourself about what has come to an end or what is ready to come to an end. Because you've got the Wheel of Fortune here, you are somewhat protected from the heavier side of this, but it does suggest that you're really starting to understand, okay, this is where I have a hand in all of the shitty things in my life that I don't like, and this is where I'm going to stop doing them, right? This is where you get really real with yourself this week, and I actually really like that for you. Aries is a very, very brave sign. It's one of, if not the bravest. I'd say for me personally, the bravest are Aries, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. They tend to be the ones that are, you know, sort of quite gung-ho. Now, when it comes to the options that are available to you, the option that's available to you this week is to see where it is that you're addicted to your own feelings. Now, right, I can say that, you know, and this isn't about like, oh, I've never been in that place, because I am not in that level of Delulu, right? I am fully aware that I have my own stuff. What I'm saying here, though, this week you get to really kind of look at things and say, okay, you know what, it's time, right? And I think that only we can call time on a certain thing. And when it comes to being addicted to your feelings, right, whether they're bad, whether they're good, these are the things that really trip us up as humans, right? When we're not in control of them, they control us. Well, this week you have a chance to change the tide. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Cups. Love this, right? This is fresh starts, new beginnings in some way, shape or form. Now, in all of these different areas, or should I say, certainly in the work and the academic sphere, there are new changes on the horizon for you. So I absolutely love this. Now, when it comes to your those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, look, if you're single, right, this could be really, really nice because you're connecting with somebody on an intellectual level. But then look at this, right? If you are a student and you're young and looking to mingle and all of that kind of stuff, it could be that one relationship is coming to an end, and as soon as it does, there's another one sort of on the horizon. You know, it's very, very possible. Now, in terms of the studies themselves, that Ace of Cups sees you potentially looking toward a new study subject and absolutely falling in love with it. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, the Ace of Cups sees you very focused on your on the aspects of the job that you really love, that you really enjoy, you've got this with the Five of Cups. So it may also be for a lot of you that you have a job offer come in, right? Or that there's something about your work is about to shift this week. It could be a new job offer, that's very possible. It could also be a new job offer that comes from within the job that you're doing currently. But one of the things, because you've got that Five of Cups, you may realize, like, let's say your boss comes to you and says, oh, you know, we've got this really good opportunity, you can become a manager and all the rest of it. But being a manager is going to be all about the people aspect, right? It's not going to be about the job itself. So let's say you are, I don't know, so I'll give you a good example. Let's say you're a personal trainer, right? This is just to give you an example of how this might work. You're a personal trainer, you love training people, you love getting in it with people, you love getting sweaty and all of that stuff, and then they decide to promote you and make you a manager, and then all of a sudden you're sat in an office all day, right? And so this idea of what you love is kind of potentially going away for some form of progress in the job. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it the right trade-off for me personally? For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, love this for new clients. Look, you've got that Five of Cups here. You will need to relinquish or let go of prior clients, or clients that are sort of not a hindrance in some way, but it's almost like you're going to have to be really honest and really real with the clients that you have to let go of, that you have to phase out now in order to go for all of this new stuff that's coming in. There's a trade-off here, right? This week, what you're really being told more than anything else is there are things or potentially even people that you're going to have to let go of if you want the success, if you want that forward momentum, if you want that change, if you want the luck and the success and the abundance that the Wheel of Fortune promises. There are things that you have to own up to, but there's also things that you have to release. That's kind of the long and short of it. If you are retired and no longer working, Ace of Cups is beautiful. With the Five of Cups, this is about the end of an argument, right? This is you kind of saying, you know what, I'm going to accept my hand in this and I'm done with it, right? I'm walking away from it so that I can, you know, be outside of all of the stuff that's just really not relevant to me. For your love and relations, you've got the Devil card. So when it comes to familial ties, right, forget romance for a moment. When it comes to familial ties, you've got this with the Five of Cups. This week there could be you've got the Ace of Cups, which is the healing or the soothing balm. But when it comes to your familial ties, there are potentially some very hard conversations that will need to be had. And I have to say this with the Five of Cups, I wouldn't be surprised if a family member goes down a path of addiction that they've already been past before. All right. One thing that I will also say to you as well, and we haven't even got to the money yet, but this combination here, if you are a gambler, leave it alone this week. All right. This is not the week for you to be fucking around and putting money that you don't have to lose on, you know, betting on a horse, or, you know, if you're into all of that stuff, more power to you, right? Good for you. If you know you have a problem with this kind of thing, leave it alone this week, because it'll bite you in the arse and it will be severe. All right. Now, outside of that, for those of you that are single and looking to mingle, like, this is like right kind of wrong. Alright, like there's someone that clearly excites your bones, or someone whose bones you excite. It's fun, it's flirty, it's passionate, it's sexual, and yet you just seem to bring out the worst in each other. Alright, I'm really sorry to say that, but this could be, you know, like, it can be very sexy, very potent, very, you know, sensual, like bite my neck, pull my hair, all of that kind of stuff, right? Who doesn't love a bit of slap and tickle, darling? But outside of that, you don't seem to be good for each other. All right, I've just got to tell you straight up. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is a make or break week. I'm really sorry to say that, but that's just the truth of it as I see it in these cards. All right, so you got some decisions to make. That Five of Cups is clearly leading the way in some regard. For your money and materials, you've got the Lovers card. Wow, right? So look, this week you have a choice to make when it comes to your finances. The choice that you make can absolutely change your life for the better, or it can take you down shit street. If you make a choice, you will succeed and probably excel. If you take a gamble and take a risk, it'll bite you in the arse, right? Especially when it comes to money, especially when it comes to joint finances and resources, especially when it comes to money that's already allocated for something else. If you try to hedge your bets and put it into something that is really not what that money is for, or all the rest of it, it's not going to work out the way that you hope it will. All right, I just have to be really honest with you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Lover's card is your upper extremity, so your arms, your hands, your fingers, especially for those of you that are going on road trips, for those of you that are going out on the bike, whether that's a motorbike or a cycle. Please watch out for your arms, your hands, your fingers, etc. Just be really conscious. And then when it comes to your home and environment, for some of you, this is a big choice around a home or a living situation that is being made this week that has far-reaching ripples for the future. So it's going to be a really interesting week to see sort of how it goes and how it unfolds. Remember, the lunar lacuna is open, so if you would like to get your space, this is about spending a year with me, learning how to manifest with the cycles of the moon. Lots of energy work, lots of PDFs, because it's RAF, right? And so much more. You can check all of that out on the link in the description box below. If you want to book a personal tarot or astrology or numerology reading or even energy work session, you can also do that in the link in the description below. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.